Good Tuesday morning, everybody. I'm Jared Klein coming to you live from the NBC29 Digital Desk with a look at today's morning rush. Let's start things off with a look at the top stories over on NBC29.com. At number 1, fire crews called out to a Charlottesville restaurant. At number 2, southern Augusta County storm damage and valley power outages. Then at number 3, 1 month after Virginia's new THC law took effect, local hemp businesses say there have been some pros and cons to go along with it. A proposed expansion of Dairy Market in Charlottesville was met with resistance at Monday night's City Council meeting. Several people were angry with the plan to triple the size of the business. One of the main concerns is the potential impact on housing affordability.
This just leads to displacement, gentrification, marginalization, and the further evacuation of black folks from the city of Charlottesville.
After hearing pushback last month, Dairy Market's developer said he paused his plans. There are many steps he would have to take before scheduling a special use permit hearing with City Council. A search is underway for a truck driver. This after the Augusta County Sheriff's Office says a tractor trailer rammed into a deputy's cruiser and took off. Take a look at the damage left behind. The crash happened on Sunday night just before 10 on I-81. The Sheriff's Office says the deputy was traveling north and entering a work zone just south of Stanton. And according to the agency, the impact of the crash sent the cruiser flying 100 feet. It then crashed into a VDOT work truck. The road crew was not hurt and was able to help the deputy, who was taken to Augusta Health for minor injuries. Anyone with information on the tractor trailer that hit the cruiser is urged to give police a call. Forget the big yellow bus. More than 900 students in Albemarle County will need to find another way to get to school this year. There just aren't enough drivers to go around. The county has been looking to hire more drivers all summer. In the meantime, walk zones have been expanded for students, and students will be kicked off routes if they don't show up at the bus stop for extended periods. And Albemarle County is asking for feedback and concerns about wireless internet connections and cell phone service. The feedback from the survey will go to both the Board of Supervisors and the Planning Commission. The county could change existing rules on where and how big antennas and cell towers can be. The survey's responses will be collected through August 25th. We have a link to the survey over on NBC29.com.
Okay, so we had some severe weather roll through the area yesterday, and a lot of people saw hail. And so the Weather Service is saying that we are actually seeing a lot more hail, reports of hail this year than last year, so nearly 400 more reports. So hail has been reported 4,800 times in the U.S. so far this year alone. And it's interesting to kind of look at the dollar numbers of damage. So that's anywhere between $8 billion to $14 billion worth of damage to property in the UN, which is amazing. And I guess you have to think about it like vehicles. You know, they can be heavily damaged by hail, especially if it's, you know, sizable.
I mean, that's my first thought, are the vehicles out there being pelted by these hailstones. But, you know, especially yesterday in Augusta County, I saw some pictures coming out of there with huge hailstones from those storms yesterday.
Right. See, people even sent in some pictures of them holding like a golf ball size. I mean, and so, which is frightening to think about, especially if you're outside and you need to take cover. But so it's interesting. But Texas has been hit the hardest with more than 1,000 so far this year. And then some other states that have seen a large number of hailstorms is Missouri, Colorado, Kansas, Illinois, and Nebraska. So we kind of dodged, you know, a little bit of a bullet here in Charlottesville yesterday as far as that severe weather. Interesting to see what other people in other places are dealing with. Okay, this is something that looks like it's out of a movie. This is a runaway boat. Body cam footage shows a deputy in Clearwater, Florida, chasing down and then actually jumps onto the boat to stop it. So the driver of the boat fell overboard somehow, was rescued by a Good Samaritan, but you see how this deputy managed to leap onto the boat and bring it to a stop, but it's kind of unbelievable.
That is straight out of a movie.
Right? I was thinking like Mission Impossible, James Bond.
Listen, you have to be brave to jump from one ship to another while they're moving.
Right? I know.
I mean, at that point, I'd be like, just let it run out of gas. Just let it keep going.
Just let it run out of gas.
Yeah.
But You know, I'm sure they were the rogue boat there. They had to put it to a stop in case it hit anybody else. But yeah, really fascinating video there. All right, so here's some more. Take a look at this. This is the English powder pigeon. Have you ever seen?
I have not.
I didn't know that existed, but evidently this is a 1-year-old English powder pigeon who I guess has an owner in England, but it's a breed. It doesn't even look aerodynamic.
No.
It's interesting. So it was developed over years by selective breeding. So.
But why?
That's a good question. And how do you think? Are you like, okay, because I want it to have like this big chest.
That's a big chest.
It's interesting though, and even looking at its feet.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of like having like chicken legs.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah, it does.
I don't know.
But
yeah, I've never seen anything like that in
it
my
almost looks deformed.
Deformed,
but it's not.
Yeah, I wonder if it can fly. I would doubt it, but
I know, because even the wings look a little on the smaller side, maybe. I think they can fly. But isn't it unusual?
It is very unusual looking.
So
all right, you see something new every day.
Something new every day.
All right, thank you, Jennifer. Let's take a look at that 7-day forecast. We're looking at a high of 86 today, breezy and less humid. We are not expecting that storm chance we saw yesterday, thankfully. So we can all breathe a sigh of relief, and it looks like we're sticking with the 80s throughout the rest of the week. Chance of some showers and storms on Thursday. That's our next big chance for precipitation out there. I hope you guys have a great Tuesday out there. We'll see you again on NBC29 News at noon. And of course, we're always live on the NBC29 News app.